Yeah. Yeah. Guess who came back with a large fucking fist to eat the Brooklyn blast furnace? I brought your ugly bitch with me. Your shit is sus. Ain't nobody trying to hear you talk. When Jimmy's on the mic, they take your whack shit and turn it off. It's real life, not them stories that you punks say. He made it out alive, and he's relatively unscathed. So subscribe to the podcast and share the post and tell your stupid friends to do the same. You heard it here from Coast.
My man.
Awesome.
It's been a while. Another episode of the Brooklyn Blast Furnace podcast with my friend over here. I gotta say it. The legendary, the legendary singer for Vio-Lence, probably my favorite thrash band ever. My man Sean Killian.
Right on, Jimmy.
Yeah, man. How the hell you been, brother?
Good. Thanks for the intro. It was great seeing you in Brooklyn.
Yeah, man. It was
Took me a second to register. I'm like, fuck, I know this guy.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? It's like when you're online and you're talking and stuff, then you see someone out in the wild in real life. It's just like it kind of takes you a minute. I get it, of course. But yeah, man, It was awesome to see you. And you guys killed it, bro. And it was, I don't know, man. Like I know Sasha Horn, the drummer for Exhorta, who opened up to you guys. And it was funny because I'm watching all the bands. I was there from, before doors opened, and I watched all the bands, and then it clicked. I'm like, that's right. I'm like, Sasha is the drummer for Exhorta. And then 9 years before, he filled in, I'm sure you know music, the New York band Leeway.
Okay.
Right? He filled in for a version of Leeway in 2015, where I drove him and all the Leeway guys from Brooklyn to Pennsylvania for a gig. And I was like, holy shit, what's up, Sasha? And then he was on the side of the stage, so you probably noticed afterwards during your set, I jumped up on the stage and I stood on the side. But I'm watching you guys, and I even told Sasha, like, I had this stupid shit-eating grin on my face because you guys were killing it. And I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm fucking 15 years old again. And it was fucking so cool, man. So I gotta give you props. You guys killed it, and it was awesome. It was very cool to be there, and it was cool to hang out with you for a little while. And yeah, man, it was definitely a good time.
Yeah, it was a great crowd. I mean, there was a nice pit going. There was a good amount of people, and then Homeboy getting tossed up inside the garbage can onto the stage.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I saw it for the first time. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's
going on here?
And also, there's a giant 55-gallon fucking garbage can with someone in it got thrown onto the stage, and then afterwards, the garbage can empty kept on getting thrown on the stage. But hey, man, listen, it's a metal show, and you never know what's gonna go on.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, man. Fuck. So I was figuring it out. The last time we did this, you were one of the first, because I only used to do just audio face-to-face before all the lockdowns. So that's what I started to do. And I think when the last time we did it, we weren't even on Zoom. I think we were on Skype because Zoom wasn't even like a thing yet.
I think it was Skype. You're right.
Yeah. And because it was weird. I never did that stuff before. So this is going, damn, dude, it was about 4 years ago or something the last time that we did this.
Yeah, at least.
At least. Yeah. Fucking weird. And
totally. You
guys at the time were in Trident Studios.
Yeah, with Juan Ortega. Yeah,
I had him on also. I had him on before
I saw that.
You on, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, good dude, man.
He is a good dude.
Yeah, so you guys were in the middle or maybe mixing or something like that, doing the Let the World Burn EP, which is incredible, by the way, because I haven't told you that since that whole thing, because I know I didn't hear it last time we spoke, so yeah. So, which
Right
was
on.
fucking awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Of course.
He was great to work with too, because when I did my vocals, it was just he and I in the studio. And then Phil would come by later in the afternoon, after we've been tracking for at least four hours.
Yeah.
But it was just he and I, and it was a good vibe, I have with Juan.
Yeah. Well, you guys probably know each other forever. All you Bay Area guys know each other forever, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. I can't recall Juan from back in the day, but I've seen him around the scene and at shows and whatnot. But
yeah, but
yeah, he's a great
he's
guy.
worked with a million different Bay Area bands. I mean,
Yeah, he has.
yeah,
He's a cool dude. He's like no nonsense, and he's totally, on, he's an on the level kind of guy,
Yeah, that's what I got from the conversation that I had with him. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna, because I didn't know him, but I wanted to talk to him about music and the whole, because I was on this whole Bay Area thrash kick at that time. I had you, I had Phil, I had Perry, I had Juan, I had a couple of guys from Forbidden, I had both Sousa brothers, which I think is fucking awesome that Nick is playing drums for a few shows that you got for you guys.
Yeah, next Wednesday, House of Blues in Anaheim with Body Count. Can't wait.
Dude, that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a fucking killer show, yeah.
Yeah, man. Body Count right there. It's going to be a crazy crowd.
Yeah, and they approached us, because I did ask Juan of the Dead, if he wanted to jam with us a few shows, because I talked to other guitar players and stuff. Phil's doing his thing, so.
Yeah.
And it's not like a permanent member, kind of a deal, except with Christian. Me and Christian, we've been doing it since since the EP. Yeah.
Okay.
Right before COVID.
Yeah.
Right before fucking COVID. And but yeah, I enjoy having different musicians up there, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, who is
Juan was one I asked, and then he's like, I just can't, man. I got Evil Dead tour. I got my the guy I work for is like, if you fucking do anything else, I'm firing you. I was like, I get it, bro. And then we got the call, like, hey, Body Count's asking if you'll support him at the House of Blues, and the first person that came to my head was Juan, and it was like, fuck yeah, of course we will.
Fuck yeah, man. That's gonna be awesome. Who was the kid that played guitar for you in Brooklyn? That kid was incredible, man.
Mario Salcido. He'll be on stage with us for the Body Count show and the festivals we're going to this summer.
Oh,
yeah, but he's an excellent guitar player. And the thing with Mario is nobody had to show him how to play anything. He figured it all out on his own by looking at videos on YouTube and listening to the record, and down to the solos. He got both sides of the stage in his head. So
yeah, he fucking killed it. Because I was watching him for a little while, just while I was like, this guy is nailing everything.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Yeah, for us going out as four guys, where we usually have two guitars, he fills it. He fills that void really well.
You guys sounded incredible, man. 4-piece, 5-piece, like you guys sounded great. I'm not just saying that because you're here, but you guys killed it.
Yeah, it was a good little tour run. So Brooklyn, I think we were 6, 7. Yeah, that was our 8th show of the tour. So right around that time, you start getting like you really tighten up around the 4th show.
Yeah,
all the little tiny little glitches go away.
Yeah. So what is? I don't keep up. Like, so I have 95 things going on in my life. But what is Phil up to? What is he doing?
He's doing the Kerry King.
Oh, that's right. That's
project.
right. That's right.
He did some other stuff with what's the John Bush and some other dudes,
like the Armored
Saint
or something, or like a side project of Armored Saint.
Yeah, it's like John Bush but not. I don't think it's all Armored Saint guys. I think there's a couple other guys in there that
It's like a little project.
Yeah, and it's like I haven't listened to it, but I think it's like kind of heavy metal as opposed to that hardcore shit.
Yeah, he did that whole BPMD album as well. That whole little side project thing that was going on with Bobby Blitz and Mark and them. Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like I see Phil. He's a musician, and I'm just a guy that loves to play music.
Right. So, I get that. Yeah, man.
So anytime he was like, well, I got this, I was like, dude, go fucking do it, man. You don't even have to worry, because I'm like just doing this because I love it. And
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to try to, be on the big stage. I just like
Yeah.
going out there and dumping energy on people and
Yeah.
talking shit to the crowd and having guys in garbage cans fly on stage.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Shit like that. Yeah.
So funny, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was standing on the side of the like, what the fuck was that? And some dude. It's like
I
some
guess
like
some
Native
dude-
American guy, a Mexican guy, it looked like, in giant boots on, just falling clumsily out of a fucking garbage can.
So on the post that I saw, people were dedicating that garbage can trip to some specific guy that I guess that was his thing.
I guess so. That's
Yeah, and so
what he
people are
does
like,
at
oh yeah,
shows.
they're bringing back so and so, yeah.
I've seen that before. Oh shit. So, well, isn't it crazy that in June, this coming June, that Eternal Nightmare is gonna be 36 fucking years old?
Yeah.
How is that even like? Isn't it fucking crazy, man?
It is crazy. Then the crazy part, dude, is like when we first came out with that record, there was no social media, there was no mass distribution of, like they have today. And like Stefan Shirazi was writing for Kerrang, and he was a big fan, so we would get, he would write good reviews about us. And then I forget the other guy that was writing for Metal Hammer. He wasn't a fan, so he would talk shit. But then there was no response, and your fans couldn't like step in and go, "Hey, fuck you, man."
Yeah, fuck you, man. You're talking shit.
And then you're like kind of like touring with and doing your thing, and we always had difficulties with record labels. Thank God we're working with. Thank God we're working with Metal Blade, because it's just a fucking home for our type of music.
Of course.
Yeah, and so to be gone from the scene for so long and not playing music, and then coming back after my surgery, it was like it's seeing the crowds. They're not people from back in the 80s. They're kids. I mean, you were there. You see, there's like kids there and 20-something-year-olds.
There was this one kid. Me and Sasha were bugging out watching this kid. He was. I thought it was a little girl at first, and then at the end of the night, I saw it was a boy, but he looked like a little girl. But I saw the father, and I looked at him. I was like, she was like on point the whole time, dude. All the bands on his father's shoulders.
Oh yeah,
word for word.
Yeah, he was on the right side of the stage.
Yeah, on your right. Yeah, you're on the
right
side.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the side me and Sasha were standing on, and I'm watching this kid. I'm like, this kid can't be more than like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And just every word. And listen, if people that people don't know that are watching or listening to this, you are fucking fast as shit on that entire Eternal Nightmare record. And this little kid is right with you. I was like, holy shit. I was like, that right there is like the best father ever right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so impressed.
I was blown away. I was like, my God, this kid knows the words like the back of his hand,
Yeah. And like every song for like all of the bands. Like what the fuck is going on? Exorta just killing every word. I'm like, it was awesome. Very fucking cool. But yeah, see, you're flipping generations, man.
Yeah, that's what the cool thing about Eternal Nightmare and Oppressing is that, it's going from generation to generation, and it just doesn't seem to be losing any steam, and it just keekeeps rolling on,
Yeah, man, and they're timeless records.
Yeah, and when we play live, it's the energy. It's just insane,
Yeah,
because the music, the guitars, and then the vocals with it. It's just people go nutso.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, on that tour, you'd see some like 50-year-old dude. I was in the pit.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself.
I know, it's true. You just have to I grabbed the guy that you have playing bass. He wasn't even in the microphone, but me and Sasha were using his microphone every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to start yelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we just hired him like, because Christian, he broke his rod in his femur. He's better now, thank God. But it was like 2 weeks before we were leaving. So then we had Maximilian Maxheim from Evil Invaders played bass for us in Europe, and then Jeff from Exorder stepped in. So
Yep.
it was like a couple weeks notice. So it was like, nah, don't worry about the words, dude. Sasha knows all the words.
Yeah.
He can do the backing vocals.
Yep.
So that whole 8-show run in the States, Sasha was doing all the backing vocals on that side of the stage.
Well, yeah. Well, I couldn't help myself. I was screaming corner. I had to. I'm like,
Yeah.
when am I gonna get the opportunity to be on the stage and scream corner? Like I had to. Like this is a cool fucking moment. Like I said, I felt like I was 15.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, man. Fucking crazy. You know, just to get back to what you said about this whole label thing, man. I had before, I mean, rest in peace, Johnny Z, but I had Johnny Z on probably about 6 months before he passed, you know? And for some reason, like I was kind of, I didn't say it to him because I would have felt like a dick, but I was kind of like disappointed because we were going through, you know, Metallica stuff, blah, 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 and I had to bring up you guys because Oppressing the Masses was the first album that I bought from you guys because for whatever reason. But I don't know if you remember the first time that we spoke, I should have had it on deck, but it's in a box. The VHS tape for the Hard and Heavy Thrash and Speed Metal special. And there's interviews from that on YouTube. You know, where you said that you want to be a brain surgeon, but you smoke too much pot.
Yeah.
That whole thing. That was my introduction to violence. I bought that VHS tape and I put it in. I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck is this? And then for whatever reason, Oppressing the Masses was the first album that I bought, and then I bought Eternal Nightmare. But so I'm talking to Johnny Z, and for some reason he kind of like didn't like remember, or like he just like he didn't have anything to say, and I thought that was kind of fucked up because, in my opinion, maybe because I'm biased, because like I said, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, you guys are like probably my favorite thrash band. That like you guys should have been here instead of where you guys were, and you guys should have like been huge.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at Anthrax. I mean, it was Island and Megaforce, and then and all that stuff. I mean, Kill 'Em All was on Megaforce, but then they got signed to Elektra or whatever. But there was some bands on the Megaforce roster back then that went places, like big places.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of fucked up. Like, what happened with that? Do you even know? Or
so we did a mix with Alex, and after we did all the recording and sent it over to Johnny, and he called Alex, and he wasn't too happy about the vocals because he couldn't understand every word that was coming out of my mouth.
Oh my god.
So then I got on the phone with Johnny.
He not hear Eternal Nightmare, like what he was in store for?
He came to see us at the Omni in Oakland, so it's not like, it's that vibe, that he came to see us live, and then I mean, it was the same stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we came back, when we did the record, he was telling me on the phone, I was talking to him, and I don't know where he was, but I think Anthrax was recording in LA at the same time. And so he might have been out there with them. But
so when were you recording that? Were you recording that in 90 or 89 or 90?
90.
Came out in 90.
I think we recorded it in 90 and released in 91.
Okay, so then if Anthrax was recording at the same time, they were recording Persistence of Time. Okay.
Could be.
Yeah.
So anyway, he was telling me that I need to re-record the vocals, and we need to shell out the money to do it because he can't understand the words and stuff. And I was telling him, well, are you reading the lyrics or are you just listening to it? Because you need the lyrics.
Yeah.
To go along with it. And
that's what I used to do as a little kid. That was like a fucking ritual, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Same here, dude, with Black Sabbath or whatever,
Take out, you open it up and you put it on and you're fucking reading along. That was like a thing.
Oh yeah. So then, Johnny or Alex was like, I can understand everything he's saying, but he's with us in the studio and he's been listening to it for 8 straight days.
Right.
And so it's like, well, I'm not re-recording the vocals, and that kind of ended that.
Really?
Yeah. And then when we did Nothing to Gain, he wanted us to use Michael Rosen and not Alex. And we were going to use Alex. And then he's like, well, I want you to use Michael Rosen. And then we did. And it was just I mean, I like Michael Rosen. He's a good guy, but the mix was not it wasn't good, and the vibe in the studio wasn't good.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah,
So.
and that's another thing, though. I mean, a lot of people. I can't even say a lot of people. That's I can't say that. But I feel that Nothing to Gain doesn't get the recognition that it really does, because I personally love that record. It's not the same, obviously, as Eternal
Yeah.
Nightmare. It's a different vibe, but
It's that whole grunge. It was that grunge era, you know, where all the thrash bands were like, "Fuck, man, if I don't do something, I'm not gonna have a deal."
Exactly. But you know what? I think that when it first came out, I was kind of like, huh. All right, well, this is a little bit different. All right, you know what? I'm putting on Oppressing the Masses. But I think that over time, as I got older, I learned to appreciate that record more and more as I got older.
Yeah. So if I did it today, I'd be way more aggressive, you know, on the recording than I was then, because we were being just. That's when, and it's not just us, but you know, you could talk to Zed, he'll tell you the same thing about the Exodus and you know that time frame when grunge was getting big.
Very strange time for thrash and metal bands, dude. Very hard.
Yeah, very hard. Yeah.
Didn't Slayer put out like a weird record too? Didn't they? What album? There was an odd record that they put out. That was
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. But
so it was that time, and then it was like we were out of our comfort zone, but I think that if I re-recorded today, and we sped it up a little bit, and got my vocals more aggressive, I would be a lot more happy with it.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm unhappy about the lyrics or the writing. I think the music is good, but just the vibe when we recorded it wasn't there. You know, because we were just being told what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that sucks.
And then we did it, and then they were like, "Well, we don't want it." Fuck off.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
It's like,
what a scumbag move.
I was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, you know, that's when I left, you know, because at that time, the industry itself turned me off completely. Because we would have been better off if we signed with Combat Records instead of Mechanics, because I think we probably would have done all of our shit on Combat, because they were more of that kind of music.
Sure.
They were geared towards that. Yeah.
Damn, dude. And like,
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Listen, we're talking, I mean, Oppressing the Masses this July 3rd, Oppressing the Masses turns 34, which is crazy too. Like, I remember watching Headbangers Ball and like the world premiere of World in a World. And it was mind-blowing because you had the dude with the fucking helmet cam, and like that was like next. You guys were like ahead of your time with that shit. Like, you know, pit gear, you know, like pit cam.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, what's funny is I think it was Maria that got the video guy, and then they got him out to the area. We played the show at the Stone. And then the next day morning, we're at this studio in San Francisco somewhere where they got like a half of an airplane, and they were telling, "Oh yeah, we film porn here all the time." Shit, it's
nice.
Because that back then it was like a porn was a VHS, and not on the internet.
You used to steal the same porno tape or magazine. You'd all fucking trade with your friends.
So then, of course, we have to be there at like 9 a.m. after we played a show the night before. It's like. Yeah, brutal. But yeah, Maria, she set all that up, and the guy did a great job. You know, he knew what he was doing when he got there. He wasn't, because we were like, hey, you know, what if we did that? He's all, don't worry about it, guys. I already got it figured out. And then we saw it, it was like, oh my God, he does have it figured out.
Yeah. So the whole video, except for the live shit, is filmed inside of a plane, like a.
No, it's in a studio, but there was this half a plane there. And they're like, what the fuck do you film in here? And the guy's like, porno.
Nice. So what was the club? What was the club? Because I'm coming out to California in July.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm flying. This is going to be the third year in a row. The last 3 years, I do this whole film location, true crime type thing, right?
Yeah.
It's more involved. I'll ramble on.
So where are you headed? What are you going to do?
Well, first it's just going to be me and my daughter, and I'm flying one way from here to San Francisco, and I'm staying at the Beacon Grand Hotel, it's called. And
Okay.
the first spot that I'm going to is on Cole Street, where Charles Manson used to live, right?
Oh, cool.
And then across the street from that is the Grateful Dead house,
Oh,
where the Grateful Dead used to hang out and play, and there's a whole bunch of them lived there, like Jerry Garcia and all of them. And then there's several things like the movie Pacific Heights. There's the Vertigo and the stuff by the bridge. And then the very next morning, I'm going to Alcatraz.
okay.
I've always wanted to go to Alcatraz. I've never been there. Ever since I've seen the movie Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood, as like a little kid, I'm like, I need to go to Alcatraz because it was filmed there and everything.
It's cool. It's a cool tour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's very touristy and shit, but I don't give a shit. I want to see it.
No, but it's like eerie because you're like trying to. They have pictures like you go to the mess hall, and then they have like a giant picture of what when it was full of inmates.
Crazy.
Because everything's empty, you know, and you're just kind of like, wow, man, what a trip, you know.
Yeah, some shit went down in here. Yeah. I always loved all that kind of stuff. But then I'm staying in San Francisco just for a couple of days, and then I'm renting an SUV when I get there, and then we're going down the Pacific Coast Highway to Santa Cruz for a few days. I got like a beachfront hotel, and
right on.
Yeah, it's on the same boardwalk as like the Lost Boys was filmed, and
cool.
Sudden Impact, and there's a whole bunch of shit that I've researched all this stuff. I'm like a psychopath when it comes to it.
So we got this serial killer that used to live in Sacramento. That's where I'm at. What was her name, sweetheart?
Who?
The serial killer lady?
Dorothy LaPuente.
Dorothy LaPuente.
How far are you from San Francisco? Because if it's not out of my way, I'll go.
I'm an hour and a half.
Okay.
Depends on traffic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But so she was you look her up, it's a cool story, but she was taking in elderly people and then slowly poisoning with whatever arsenic and stuff.
Oh, isn't that always cute?
And then once they were dead, she kept collecting the Social Security check.
Oh, what a psycho.
Yeah. So she would get the power of attorney from them, and then she'd off them. And so they were all under her house and in her backyard. They were all in her backyard, right? But the way she slipped out of there, dude, when they were there digging up bodies.
Really?
Because they couldn't pin it on her yet, you know?
Yeah.
And she was all, she's just an old lady. Yeah, actually, she was in her 50s, but she dressed up the way she did her makeup and stuff. She looks like she was like 70 something.
Really?
And and she told the cops, oh, I just can I get a cup of coffee? And she went across the street and fucking grabbed a bus to the train station and heads to LA.
Holy shit. And
they're all, where did Dorothy go? And they're all, where did Dorothy go? But her house is there, dude. And it's got funny signs on the fence, and people live there. People fucking rent that house. It's a split level, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's nuts. It's crazy that a lot of people won't realize that people will live there. People live in the Amityville Horror House. People live in like this whole thing. It's like I go to movie locations and stuff like that. It's like people don't realize that a lot of these places, like someone lives in the Nightmare on Elm Street house. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
Someone's home. Someone lives in the house where Halloween was filmed. Like, all of these places, people live there. But you can go there and check it out and shit. So I'm doing this whole thing. I'm going into LA. I'm going to Spawn Ranch. I have to because
cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I gotta go to Spawn Ranch. I found the location where they filmed what was supposed to be Spawn Ranch in Helter Skelter. The original Skelter movie. It wasn't filmed on Spawn Ranch. It was like another area, but I found that location, so I got to go there because that was like my stepping stone into serial killers and cult leaders and horror and stuff like that as a little kid watching that movie. So I got to go there. And then there's stuff that like my daughter wants to see. Like she wants to go to the E.T. house, which is there in Poltergeist.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to go up and down the Sunset Strip. I'm going to do, hit like, I got to go into the whiskey. I got to go into the Rainbow Bar where Lemmy, all that shit I have to do. All that old school Sunset Strip metal hard rock shit. I grew up with all that shit. You know what I mean? So
that scene, dude, this California scene is flipped.
Okay.
So the Bay Area, was the shit back in the 80s. and thrash metal. But now it's like you want to be in LA
Yeah.
because the satanic Hispanics, man, they come out in droves for fucking metal. They love
Really?
it. And so we played the Whiskey February 25th of last year, and pre-sales were low because they're just not into that place because drinks are so expensive and
Yeah.
security and all that. But we sold it out.
Nice.
But we did another show in November of last year at the 1720 Club, which is, I mean, they literally cleared homeless people out of there. It was a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Heidi from Meadow Blade, she's like, yeah, we can't come down here because when we come here, we're on business and our windows get smashed and then the insurance has to pay for it.
Oh
So,
shit.
yeah, so the label's like, no more going to 1720 Club in your cars. You need to take Ubers.
Nice.
But the club inside, dude, the sound is killer. The stage is like, 3 feet off the ground, so it's perfect stage diving.
Yeah.
And the dude, it was insane. Totally insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It is.
yeah, so
God.
yeah, there's the 1720, the Glass House in Pomona. That's the places now in LA that you can see the hardcore and the thrash and
Really?
yeah.
I didn't
So
know that.
definitely check out the Whiskey, and that's why we played the Whiskey too, because I'm a big Doors fan, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we can play the Whiskey? Shit, yeah. I want to play the Whiskey.
It's a legendary spot. Everybody's passed through.
Legendary. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. Like you get the opportunity to play that, you play that.
But-
Yeah, there's all that. Then I have to go to like Wonderland Avenue, where the Wonderland Avenue murders, the 4 on the floor murders happened, and all that shit. John Holmes, speaking of porn,
Yeah.
John Holmes was involved with all that shit. And so yeah, so I have like, I'm gonna wind up having to pick and choose because I probably have about 80 different spots between San Francisco, Santa Cruz, all throughout LA. But then I'm driving basically from San Francisco down through LA, across Arizona, into New Mexico, and then I'm going up to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then I'm flying out of Oklahoma City 2 weeks later.
That's a nice trip.
Yeah, man, a nice little road trip. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Like 3 summers ago, I did the same thing pretty much. I flew from here to Austin, Texas, and I hit so many spots from the grassy knoll where they killed Kennedy to all the probably about 35 different spots in Texas up to Oklahoma. I was on the property of the Branch Davidian compound.
Oh, wow.
In Waco. Crazy, dude. Like, I'm like, what am I? It's like Monday morning. It's like 100 degrees out. I have a cup of coffee and I'm on the Branch Davidian compound. Like, what are you doing here? It's some crazy shit. But yeah, and then I wound up driving my ass basically all the way back to Brooklyn. It was like a little less than 3,000 miles in 8 days.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. Yeah, but it's fine.
Well, at least if you're here in July, it'll be hot, but it'll be dry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't care about that. I'm prepared for that. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, you deal with the heat and humidity out there.
It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
So yeah, you come here, you'll be like, oh, this is a vacation.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I have friends of mine in Arizona. They're like, you're coming at the end of July. It's like we're sitting on the sun here. I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. Like, it could be 115 degrees there, but it will feel hotter here in New York when it's 90. Because you can cut the air with a knife because it's disgusting and thick.
And you're sweating heavily.
It's fucking nasty, bro. I run my air conditioner for 3 months straight. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look up Dorothy LaPuente because that's a great story. Yeah, you have to check it out.
And listen, if Dorothy LaPuente. 100%. And listen, because I'm going to have time, like we land at like 10 o'clock in the morning, California time, but I can't check into my hotel until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I'll hit a couple of little areas and I'll go there. I don't care. I'm going to be
check it out. Yeah. Check it out.
So, yeah, definitely.
But, I'm right here in West Sac, so it's right close to us. Yeah.
Okay. Very fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so you guys are playing Wednesday. This probably won't be out by then though, but maybe. I'll see if I can get it out by then.
Well, we got so that lineup is Nick Souza on drums, and then Mario that you saw in Brooklyn. He'll be playing on the stage left. Christian will be on stage because his leg's better.
Good.
Thank God.
Yeah, you
And then
told
we
me
also-
about that in Brooklyn, how he broke his fucking
Yeah, yeah. And so as a guest appearance for that show, we have Pat O'Brien on stage with us too.
Nice.
So he plays with Exhorter, and we're out touring. I was like, well, hey Pat, I want to get a second guitar player for this show, and it's with Body Count. It'll be fun. And it took him a few days to convince him, but then he's like, yeah, it sounds like it'll be a challenge. I'm up for a challenge. I go, yeah, it'll be a great show. It'll be packed. And
yeah, what's the capacity of that place?
I'm not sure. They just emailed Jeff, our manager, today, and
all right.
I have to get the logistics back to him, how many cars we have, how many people, and all that crap. But I'm not, I haven't really, because, it used to be right downtown Disney, but they moved it out of that area.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's got to be 1,400 people, maybe.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know Body Count will sell it out for sure, and then us supporting them, and,
Yeah, it'll be jam-packed for you guys. 100% be wall to wall. Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to I've only been to California once, and that was shit. I think my ex-wife wasn't even pregnant yet. It was like 15 years ago. I stayed in Long Beach for like 2 weeks with work. But I was with a bunch of boring guys. We literally was sitting in a hotel waiting to go to work. And I'm like, what are we doing? We're literally getting paid, and we're on standby. So if we get a phone call, we have like 3 hours to respond. What are we doing sitting in the hotel room? Like, we're in California getting paid to do nothing. So I was like, you fucks, give me the car keys, because the company paid for a rental car. I grabbed the car keys. There was no GPS or anything like that. So I was like, I don't know. I just got on whatever fucking highway. I found myself somewhere in LA. I walked past the whiskey. I walked past like the Comedy Store, and I was like, all right, this is cool. But I wasn't doing this whole photography, this whole thing. But I was only in California once, and I loved it at the time. I hear all kinds of different things from different people, how it is now, but who gives a shit?
It's changed.
Let me tell you, people talk about New York, it's great in Brooklyn and all this shit. This place is a shithole, man. It's a shithole. It's a shithole.
Yeah. San Francisco, we used to go out there all the time back in the day, and it's bad now. It's really bad.
Like all over the place, or is there pockets?
So let me tell you something about San Francisco. There ain't one bum near Union Square where the Chanel store is and the Gucci store and all those. There ain't a bum within 3 blocks of that area.
I think that's where my hotel is. It's the Beacon Grand Union Square.
Yeah, good news.
It looked like a beautiful hotel. It got like a 9.5 rating. I'm like, this looks nice.
Yeah. So you're in a safe zone because the cops there, they won't let them near that area.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, because it's all rich store. Chanel, right? They got,
of course,
purses or whatever
they have.
Fucking $3,000, $10,000.
Some stupid fucking ornament to walk around with. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, I made a good guess, and I got a good hotel. All right, cool.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Well, if it was me alone, I wouldn't have gave a shit. But I'm gonna be with my 14-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
That's I have a friend that actually lives in the Cecil Hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is a fucking complete shit show. And if I wasn't with her, I would go in there. He's like, dude, you don't want to bring your daughter. It's like Skid Row. It's fucking bananas.
Oh, man.
He posts videos from the Cecil every day on Facebook. Insanity. Insane. Naked dudes, like high on drugs, like throwing shit out of their like 4th floor windows, but like weird shit, like shopping carts and like multiple like air conditioners. Like, where are you getting this? Like, why do you have like 6 shopping carts in your apartment? Why you?
They come down off their binge and they go, why do I have a shopping cart? And they throw it out the window.
Yeah, it's off the fire escape. You hear police and fire trucks, but no one ever comes and responds. It's nuts, dude. It's fucking crazy. Yeah. Richard Ramirez lived in there, and that's where I wanted to go. I wanted to go and check out Richard Ramirez.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. Crazy, sick in the head serial killer shit.
Yeah.
I always liked that stuff. No one ever said
he's one of the famous ones, man. He was.
Yeah.
Especially his court appearances.
Oh God, with his fucking pentagram, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. So what else is going on? You ever what's the deal with I'll throw a random thing at you. Have you
Yeah.
ever spoken to or do you keep in contact? Were you on good terms or anything like that with Dean?
Dean didn't, he just couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't like, he didn't want to be doing it. He just, with his job, it just didn't work out. And, he had his, he was taking care of his daughter, and I
Okay.
think she was 13 or 14 at the time. And so he had a lot of things on his plate. And so there was limited time that he could practice. And,
Gotcha.
yeah. And then, so we had some shows booked that he wasn't going to be able to make. And that's when, Phil brought Christian up to hit those few shows, and then COVID happened and everything got canceled. And so we just started writing. We just
Yeah.
started writing, let the world burn.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
came up with the idea to do the Dead Kennedys cover? I want to say that's you.
Well, we were gonna play it in Oakland live, but then the show got canceled. So then Phil was like, well, we should just record that song. And
Yeah.
we recorded it in his bar because his bar was closed because of COVID.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So you
And
recorded
so-
that during lockdowns and COVID in a bar.
Yeah, well, we did the video, and then we recorded, everything was recorded in our rehearsal studio. Christian brought up his computer and his Pro Tools and all his gear, and recorded everything, and then he mixed it at home.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whose idea though? You're like a punk rock guy.
Yeah, I like punk rock. I like playing it. It's more in my comfort zone,
Your wheelhouse.
my lane.
Yeah.
My lane.
Yeah.
And then, so, we were going to play it, like I said. I can't remember who came up with it. It was Phil or me, but yeah. So, and when we were in Brooklyn at the Bazaar, we played Living in the City.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you know that Phil gave me shit because I wasn't at that show and I felt terrible that I wasn't there because my ex-girlfriend bought tickets to the last New York City Slayer show at the Garden. It was the same
Yeah.
fucking night. And I'm like, really? Like, it was cool that she bought them, but I'm like, fuck, like fucking Violence is playing.
Yeah, that weekend was Merciful Fate Friday or Thursday. Then we played Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Slayer was Saturday.
Yeah.
And on Saturday, we came, I think we were like 20 tickets short of selling out.
Gotcha.
So people were still like, okay, like a lot of people like, well, I've seen Slayer a bunch of times. So
right. And you know what's weird? I only seen Slayer twice in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, weird. All the way back on the Clash of the Titans tour in 1990 with Anthrax.
Okay.
That's with Alice in Chains opening every show. And then the second to last show at the Garden. That was it.
Yeah. Because I saw him a lot at Ruthie's Inn. I saw him at the Keystone Berkeley when they first came up north.
Well, yeah, well, they're from over there, so of course that's me seeing Biohazard every other weekend,
But like, I think Rain and Blood might have been the last time I saw them live for that tour.
I'm surprised you guys didn't tour with them.
Yeah, I don't know. We're filthy thrash metal fucking rotten people that don't deserve to be in the music industry.
Fuck, man. Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't like a fucking tour, like a crazy fucking.
Yeah, it would have been a great tour, yeah.
Yeah, like you guys, fucking Exodus, Slayer, and throw Forbidden on in the something.
Yeah,
right.
but the music industry, it's like they have certain things that they want, and I don't oblige them with any of them.
Yeah, you seem like a go fuck yourself type of guy, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I completely respect that. Yeah, man. Any plans to record anything else?
So we have this show with Body Count Wednesday, and then June will be at the Mystic Festival on the 5th, and then we play the Into the Grave Festival on the 7th. We come home. We've got all of July, and then August we do Vakken. That's the last show. Yeah, that'll be the last show of this year. But
Vakken,
Christian and I, Christian and I are gonna sit down and put some stuff together. We've been on the FaceTime each other in the morning. He's an early riser, so when I'm headed to work, I can call him because I got some of my job sites I got to drive like an hour and 10 minutes, so I'll FaceTime him on the way there so I could chat with him. But yeah, we definitely want to get some new stuff out for sure.
Awesome. Good.
And what I'm not sure whether Phil will participate in the writing, but this is his one writing source. That I mean, Vio-Lence. That's because he doesn't write with Kerry King. Obviously, his solos he has his input, but he did that thing with the John Bush and the rest of the guys. I know he wrote some stuff on there, but this is that hard ass thrash metal release, and so I'm sure he'll want to participate. But we'll see. If he doesn't, I mean, Christian's a established writing machine.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
A Fear Factory and stuff he's done, and
Yeah.
and he'll be out in Europe in June, late June, doing the Cypress Hill thing at Prince Albert Hall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that they're still doing that. They're still out there and still fucking going strong, man. Because
so what they do,
that shit too.
Yeah, so what they do is they got their rap band, Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
And then they have their orchestra band, Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
And so when they do the orchestra stuff, because Christian's a stand-up bass player, so they have him on stage when they do the orchestra stuff. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think he's going to Tennessee with them, and might be this month. I can't remember.
Okay.
But that's a good deal. I mean, for him.
Yeah.
Of course, with them, he flies first class. He gets
nice. He's like a big shot. Nice.
He gets all the benefits.
Yeah. Hey,
so
let's
schlepping around. He's not schlepping around with violence.
With violence, a bunch of dirtbags telling everyone to go fuck themselves. It's awesome.
A funny story is we were about to leave for the last tour, right? And so Mario calls me, and he's all, "Hey, should I bring my sleeping bag?" And I'm all, "For what? Are you going camping?" He's all, "Well, no, because I mean, we might be sleeping in the van, right?" I go, "Fuck, dude, I don't sleep in no goddamn van."
Fuck that. Those days are long over. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm sleeping in a hotel room in a bed. So
yeah, man. Doesn't even have to be a big giant. I just need a bed and a shower. I don't care. Let's sleep in a fucking van, smelling your farts. Fuck that.
Yeah, but it was hilarious because he's gone out and helped out with is it Skeletal Remains?
Okay.
Selling merch or doing whatever, and then he says that's the way they travel. That he's all, "Man, after 4 days, the van smelled like hell."
Of course, it's disgusting. You get 5 animals in a van. It's not good.
Yeah, I was like, you won't have to worry about it, dude.
Yeah. You sleep in a fucking bed in a hotel.
Yeah, he appreciated that 100%.
A human being, a somewhat civilized human being.
You'll be able to take a shower.
Yeah, you'll be able to wash your ass. It's fucking Totally. Those are like small victories, man. Like you appreciate that shit.
Yeah. Then we did it, man. Our Eternal Nightmare, we didn't even have a trailer. We just had the fucking Econoline van,
Oh yeah, dude. 5 guys. Oh god.
And then the next time we went out, we had a trailer. So like we moved up, I was like, fuck, we're moving up.
Yeah, we're fucking rock stars.
We have an Econoline and a trailer.
Sick. We got more elbow room. Nice. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that you're actually, like, you and Christian, you're actually gonna record and you've been thinking like that. Because listen, man, like it's not even the elephant in the room because it's the past and all that shit. But like you went through hell, man, and I was so happy that you went through all your health stuff. I mean, you survived fucking, what is it, stage 4 liver cancer, dude?
Cirrhosis.
Yeah, so crazy.
Yeah. So my liver was dead. It was either replace it or die, one or the other.
Fuck. And you're out there dodging garbage cans in Brooklyn, fucking killing it out there. You put out an EP since. You're on the road. You go on the road from time to time, and you're going to play these festivals, and you want to put out more music, and you never want to stop. And I commend you for that, man. Like, I'm so happy that you're here and that you're doing shit, and there's like no stopping you, and that's awesome. So
well, it's one of those things, dude. It's like after going through that, it's like you only live once, and it really hits home. And then it's just like, man, I don't want to be laying on my deathbed with regrets going, man, I wish I could have played music again or
Yeah.
anything. And so it's like, so when I do it, it's like because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not about the money or,
Right.
a lot of times I lose money. So,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
That's
It's not
all right.
like, it's not so much that, it impacts my life because my job as a contractor, right, is, it's a good
Your bread
job.
and butter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it pays well. And, so when we go out, and the cool thing is because I am a contractor, I don't work for a company, I
Right.
have to submit PTO time or any of that bullshit. So,
Right. You do whatever the
yeah.
fuck you want. You're your own boss.
Yeah. And so as long as I can manage stuff and if I have to, I pay a guy to be on my eyes and ears on the projects I'm, managing. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it gives me it's like being on the road is great fun, but the best time is when you're on stage.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
great fun. It's great fun in that you're like aching and you're tired.
Yeah. But that's what you love to do, and it's awesome that you're still doing it in 2024. You know, I mean,
Would never thought so.
what year were you like the sickest? Like that's just like what, like 5 years ago?
2016 is when I first got diagnosed, and then 2018 March 26th is when I had my surgery.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now it's 2024 and you're out there killing it.
Having a good time, yeah. Fucking enjoying
awesome. Fucking
and just
awesome.
and that's my Hyde moment, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has to have that. I would wish that everyone could have their Hyde moment, that opportunity to just release your demons on people.
Yeah, absolutely. And
it cleanses the soul.
It does, man. You get your shit off, you get whatever. It's fucking awesome, dude. I'm like I said, I'm so happy that you're out there doing it and you're still here with us and having this conversation. Yeah, man. It's
Thanks, Jimmy.
of course, man. It's because I mean, I know you have a couple of years on me, but I'm going to be 49, and it's just going to be like, and just as much as I do that as you get older, time just goes by faster and faster and faster.
Yeah.
And I had my issues with drinking and drugs and shit. I'm almost 10 years sober now, and it's yeah, man. It was one of those things. It's like either people say, oh, I would wind up either in jail or dead. There was no jail. I would have wound up dead, dude. I would have wound up dead. And I know that. And so it's like, I do so much, and it's, yes, I have my job and I have a really good job and I work with great guys. I have union benefits and I pay my own way. I don't ask nobody for a dime. I'm self-sufficient here. But I'm always so busy doing shit that I enjoy doing, no matter what it is, whether it's making flyers for this, which I don't make a dime doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I just enjoy it. I go on these crazy road trips where I spend a lot of money. I'm going to spend like 10 grand on a road trip. But you know what? That shit is memories with my daughter. This is stuff that she'll never forget. This is stuff that I want to do and see. Even like stupid nostalgic shit, me sitting there at like 8 years old watching Helter Skelter, and I'm going to be walking around Spawn Ranch. Like, that's awesome. It's like full circle shit for me on a personal level, even though some people I think it's twisted and weird, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
you can have material objects or you could go out and experience life,
Right. I can give two shits. Yeah,
but you ain't taking nothing with you.
You're not taking nothing with you, dude. Exactly. And like material, I don't give a shit about materialistic things. I do collect some stuff, but it's nothing like, I don't give a shit about cars or jewelry. You know what I have? You know what I just got in the mail the other day? The fucking re-release of it's in a frame up on my fucking wall of Eternal Nightmare on flesh, blood, whatever the fuck vinyl, swirl vinyl. Like I collect vinyl and
nice.
Music shit and horror stuff, and I'll take like a piece of like certain places that I go. Like I have a 22-inch piece of the original fence from the grassy knoll where they whacked the president. Like I have, yeah, like I have that. Like I have great.
Get that.
Because
out there with the saw.
No, not at all, dude. It's the original. It's the original fucking fence. Still is there. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to pick off like a small piece, like a popsicle size fucking piece of wood, because it's old, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So as I'm pulling it, there's like a slat that runs down the center of it. The whole thing is probably about 6 feet high, 5 feet high, and there's a slat probably about 3 feet in the middle. And there's only like two little nails that are holding this one, it's a picket fence. So I went to go pick off it, and it broke halfway. So I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like looking around. I'm like, what do I
Anybody see
do?
that?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I hope not. So, but I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I don't want to break a piece, and then what am I going to do with this other piece to throw it on the ground? So there I am. It's like 100 degrees out, and I slid it down my shorts, and I'm like limping through Dealey Plaza with a piece of the fence, and I got like this custom made fucking shadow box, and it's on my living room
Nice.
wall. But like shit like that, I have like grave dirt from Charles Bronson because he's buried in Vermont. I went to Vermont.
Oh.
Yeah, like weird shit.
Yeah.
Whitey Bulger grave dirt, Elvis Presley grave dirt from around his thing at Graceland, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you're a big Doors fan. When I go to Cali, I'm going to like where they filmed a lot of the spots. There's a Santa Monica spot. There's in Venice Beach. There's a few spots where they filmed it, and my daughter loves that movie, so I'm going to go there and like, I'll show her the screenshot. Like, look, check it out. Here's the bridge, and this is like, she actually likes that shit too. Like, this is kind of cool where Val Kilmer, whatever, was standing with the Doors. So it's like shit like that, dude. Like I'll collect little pieces of like weird shit. I have like it was crazy. It's a twisted, burnt up piece. It's maybe like 3 inches by 2 inches, and it's a piece of sheet metal that was like halfway buried, like next to the original foundation of the Branch Davidian compound. So I have a piece of the actual big fucking building. Yeah. In my living room. People are like, dude, why do you collect rocks and gravel and bricks? I'm like, I don't. It's like, it's places that I've gone that have meaning to me. You might think it's weird, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's the shit that I collect, not like things that are expensive.
I would have loved to seen the look on your face when that fence board broke.
Oh, right. I was mortified. Yeah, that's exactly what I was. I was looking over my shoulder like I committed a crime. Like, fuck. This is like hallowed ground for some people. Crazy.
Dallas residents are like, get him.
Yeah, oh yeah. Fucking chasing me with pitchforks and shit.
He's the one.
Yeah, but no one saw it. I slid it down my fucking shorts and I just limped over to the car. Yeah. Once I get off of these road trips, like the back of the car looks like a fucking construction site. There's like rocks, half of a brick. Like I have a brick from the pet store from the original Rocky movie because they demolished it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so a friend of mine who lives in Philly knew about it, that they were demolishing it. He knows that I'm a huge Rocky fan. So he went over there and he picked up like 4 or 5 bricks and he mailed me one. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. People are like, why do you have a half a brick? I'm like, it's not a half a brick. It's a part of a pet shop where Rocky met Adrian, dude. It's different.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, there's a story behind it. Yeah, so that's like the kind of shit that I collect. So I don't care about materialistic shit as far as what I have, what you have, look what I have. I don't give a shit about it, dude. I want to go and travel and make memories, and who cares? I put everything on a credit card, and then as the year goes by, I pay it off. So by the next summer, I have a zero balance, and I do it all over again.
Oh, right on. Yeah. That's a good plan.
Yeah, smart like that. Fuck it. You know, that's what I do. That's what I enjoy. So what would have been really fucking cool if the timing was perfect, that if you guys were playing out there while I was there, I'd bring my daughter. I'm like, come on, we gotta go check this out. But who knows? But maybe I'll be able to catch a show or something. I have no idea what's like the whiskey or something like that, but that would be cool to catch a show out in LA somewhere.
Check it out on Instagram, Charged Noise.
Charged Noise?
Yeah, that's a friend of mine, Zane. He's the guy that books all those shows in LA, the underground clubs, and so he's the one that's got all the bands touring through, because Exciter and stuff, they're not stopping at the whiskey. They're playing clubs that they want to draw people, and so Zane, he that's his promotion company, and check it out, because that then you'll know what's going on at that time.
Yeah, no,
He might have some touring acts playing,
nice. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it later on tonight. I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah.
To plan my whole schedule, because I have everything. I'm like OCD like that. I have hotels and everything booked day to day. I have everything is already set. Everything. My flight home, my flight, everything. So
Nice.
yeah, so a little tweaking here and there of the days of what I'm gonna hit, whatever. But as far as like the trip and hotels, everything is all booked and said and done, and I have the vacation time, so I'll be getting paid while I'm out there doing my thing.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I have no complaints at all. Everything is fucking great. And then you seem like you're doing fucking great, dude, and I'm fucking happy for you.
Yeah. Loving it, loving life,
Good.
doing my thing, getting out of the cage and the rat race and going out and playing shows now and then.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Listen, you have an open door policy, my friend.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Whenever you feel like if you have something coming out, you have anything you want to bullshit about,
sure,
fucking shoot the shit for a little while. I'll break your balls, and in a few months, if I see something that's going on with you guys, I'll see if you want to do this again, and we'll make it happen. If you feel like bullshit, man.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's
always fun talking to you.
Always, brother.
Yeah.
And, hopefully, I'll see you in person sooner rather than later, somewhere on
for
the
sure.
line.
For sure.
Maybe you'll come back over here. Or maybe on one of my ridiculous fucking road trips, I'll wind up bumping into you somewhere. I'll make it happen. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, I do sporadic off the wall nonsense all the time. I don't care.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Like fun.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Very cool. Sean, my man, I'll let you go. I also have a few things. I'm going to try to get this out as soon as possible. I do have one more dropping before this, and then you'll probably drop it about a week, but you'll know exactly where, I'll tag you in all the bullshit. And
excellent.
You'll know.
Right on.
Right? Listen.
It was great seeing you, man, when I was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Likewise, man. It was good to actually shoot the shit and take a picture with you, and yeah. Pretty fucking cool. Bucket list, man. I never thought I would consider you like a friend of mine when I was 15 watching the Hard and Heavy VHS. Like, this guy's a maniac, but he's not a maniac. Maybe back then you were a maniac, but we all were. You're fucking
I got my moments.
Don't we all? We all got fucking stories, man. Yeah. Oh, but real quick, here's a selfless fucking plug. Because we all have stories, so I have to mention it. Dude, about a month ago, it's with my editor. I wrote a book.
Oh, cool.
I wrote a fucking whole book, and it took me 1 year and 1 week exactly. It's going to be a lot shorter, but I wrote 752 pages.
Oh, wow.
My whole life. It's my entire life, no holds barred, good, bad, ugly, tragic, sad, embarrassing, funny, everything. The whole fucking deal. And that's why the Brooklyn Blast Furnace Instagram page was hacked like 4 years ago, and I can't get it back because they're scumbags. There's no phone call to call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the Instagram page is relatively unscathed, which is the name of the book. So I was like, you know what? I'm not making 17 fucking Instagrams and then people, oh no, it's not that Blast Furnace one. It's this one. I don't want to answer no questions or whatever. It's like whatever. So that's why the Instagram is relatively unscathed, because it's the book. And then I decided to bring the podcast. I killed the podcast for like 2 years. I had it for 6 years. I killed it for like 2, and I brought it back about 6-8 months ago.
Yeah, perfect.
I
was checking it out, man. You got a lot of great interviews on there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen. If people that if I reach out to them and people that it's I won't talk to anybody, because if I don't fucking like your band, or if I don't like you, I'm not gonna talk. I don't do this for clout or anything bullshit like that. I talk to people who I enjoy what they do. So I do what I want to do and fuck everyone else, basically.
There it is.
Take a page out of your book.
That's it.
Do whatever the fuck we want, and who gives a fuck about the rest? Yeah, buddy. Cool. Well, listen, you keep remaining healthy, and we'll definitely be in touch.
Yeah, we'll see you again.
100%, my man. Be safe out there, and looking forward to seeing you fucking killing it on stage on your social medias and all that shit.
Right on. Well, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, my man. Anytime. I mean that. Anytime.
Excellent.
Cool. Be safe, brother.
Peace out.
Later.